that thing is quick.
Hey everybody, Kyle here with Spicer Designs. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a fun little bonus video for you guys. I don't normally do stuff like this with my regular content, but I thought this might be kind of a fun video. So what we're gonna do here is take a generally safe kid's toy and make it unsafe. And we're gonna do that with this very cost-effective little kit right here. I think it was only like 35 bucks. Here's the plan. So currently, this thing has the cheap, generic NiCad battery or lead acid battery, whatever the hell it is, that these little Power Wheel or ride-ons come with. They're pretty slow. They wear out really fast. And then once your kid rides this thing for about 15 or 20 minutes and it dies, they're all pissed off because they want to keep riding. And they can't because you have to wait for this thing to charge up. And we're gonna fix that with this. Oh yeah. A lot of you guys probably already know what this is. I have no clue. What in the hell is that? Oh, that's the Canuter valve. I should have known that. You know, I put this on the bench. I thought that was a really great idea, but it's a little too high. Such a dummy. Ah, there we go. And my trusty stool. It is a Husky. It's built kind of cheap, so if you actually are Husky, I wouldn't recommend this. It's a good chance that that little pole will go straight through that cushion. What happens next? It's not good. So the plan is we are going to remove the old battery, of course. What the hell is that thing? And we're going to replace it with a 20-volt Dewalt battery. Pretty common conversion. A lot of people have done it. I actually did it on our daughter's little Gator that they had. But there was one problem with that kit. And it's something you need to watch out for. If you install these kits, you need to make sure that you get one that will actually shut off the toy and not allow you to take the battery down to absolutely 0 volts. That is not good for these lithium batteries. And if you do that, and you put it on the charger, it will not charge. You have to get another battery and you have to like kind of jump start it. It's a total pain in the ass. You want to avoid that. So hopefully with this little system that I picked up off Amazon, links will be in the description, it will stop it from depleting the battery all the way and you won't have to worry about your batteries getting trashed. And you can pull out one, put in another one, and your kid can keep on riding. Now this little ATV is not for my daughters. This is for some friends of ours. I believe their son is 3 years old, maybe 4. I can't remember. And I already know what you're thinking. Yes, I'm going to have their son sign a waiver that takes away all liability from me. Can never be too careful. These kids these days, they love a good lawsuit. All right, so there's some sort of a controller right here. I'm guessing that just shows your voltage. Probably some kind of a voltage regulator, I'm guessing. Is there a manual in here? There's not a freaking manual. You're gonna be shitting me. Oh, a little voltage meter for the... Huh, okay. Oh, she runs. Okay. We've got some fuses and a little, like a little Wago block. This is where the Dewalt battery will attach. It's got an on and off button on it too. I never know which one's on. Is it the O or is it the I? I always get them mixed up. It's pretty sad being I've been an electrician for 20 years, but then we got this little guy right here. They wrapped it in plastic. That's smart because it probably generates a little bit of heat. So this looks like some kind of a controller. You can see there's a little adjustment knob right here. And there is some writing right there. Looks like it says Xing Sheng, Xing Pao. Not sure what that means. Probably not good. Positive, negative, but what the hell is, which one is what? So inside here we got the old battery, comes out through a fuse, and then it plugs into this little controller right here. This is the one that came with the little power wheel. And you can unplug it. And then you can see it just has a couple of little spades down there. So I think what I'm going to do is leave all of this intact. Just in case this doesn't work out, we can still put the old battery right back in here. But what we'll do is just use a spade connector on these two terminals to hook up to this unit. So that way we can go back and forth, whichever setup you want. All right, so I went back on my Amazon order history. I found that kit that I purchased, and luckily there was a wiring diagram included in all of the images there. I'll put up on the screen right here. Looks like a pretty simple little setup. I understood the concept of it, but the stuff that's written in Chinese, I couldn't tell if that was input or output, so that's what I really needed to clarify. All right, first things first, I'm gonna yank out this old battery. And like I said, if he wants, he could put this right back in, plug it into the existing controller, and he could still use this thing. I mean, it still works. Okay, now we got a good amount of room in here to still mount some stuff. I'd like this to be up top. So this is the bracket right here that clamped the old battery in place. I'm thinking if I put the controller and that voltage regulator down below, then I could flip this, and then right here on the battery mount, you can see there's two holes right here for mounting. I could potentially mount that just like that, and that way the battery is right there on top, easy to access, and everything is held in place. That's what I'm going to go for. Now, your project may not be a little ATV like this, so you probably have to figure out your own way to mount everything. Can't help you there. I'm going to pull this thing apart somewhat because I want to get all the plastic out of here. I don't want this thing getting hot and melting. That would be a bad day. There we go. I'm going to mount this. I have to drill another couple holes in there, and then I'll put all this together later. Nothing too precise. All right, I'm going to pull the cover off of this thing. This is the DC low voltage protection board. So this is what should be shutting everything down if the voltage gets too low in that Dewalt battery. So with this little thing, you can actually set the voltage that you want to shut it down at. Be taking our battery, and that is going to go into this side. This is in, this is out. We're going to the in. Fewer the connection points, the better. That's why I pulled those pigtails out. We'll put it directly in there. And no, I did not tin these with solder. It'll be just fine if I could get it in the hole. All right, and then the output on the DC low voltage protection board is going to, well, I don't really know. Well, it's going to be an input, but I can't read it because it's in Chinese. It's going to go to the two terminals on the right-hand side. Shing shing. There we go. All right, then I might be able to reuse these two jumpers, and these are going to connect to the old controller where I disconnected this from the output of that speed controller to the input of the old controller that came with the ATV. So I'm gonna get all this stuff mounted up in here. It's gonna be really hard trying to get the camera down in this little hole here, but once I have it all set up, I can kind of walk you through it, show you what I did, because like I mentioned before, everyone that's interested in doing this kit probably isn't gonna have this exact ATV, so you're gonna be doing it different anyway, but maybe this will give you some ideas. All right, I have all the components in here. It was kind of a tight squeeze, but I got it. I had to relocate the original controller from down here to on the side because I needed room to get the battery in. And you can see I flipped that bracket and mounted the battery mount to it. That worked out really well. It's nice and stout, and you can still access the on-off switch right there. The speed controller is mounted on the back side right here. I'm not gonna get crazy with the wiring because you could easily see it in that wiring diagram. But there's a little control knob, and I drilled a hole right here in the plastic, and I weaved it through this hole, and I pushed it through the back and mounted it right here, so you can spin this little control knob to control the speed of this thing. And you can still see the little screen on that DC low voltage shut off, and you can make your adjustments on it. I'm not sure how to use this thing. It's probably gonna be a little bit of trial and error, because there's no manual. So I'm gonna plug a battery into it and we'll see what happens. So I just have a regular 20 volt Dewalt battery, 5 amp hour. And we're gonna plug it in.
Okay, all right, I see numbers. It's showing 18.2 volts, and let's hit a button. Now it's showing 2, and now it's showing 12. So we'll stick with 12. Maybe 12 is the low voltage shutoff. We'll try that. No, that button doesn't seem to work anymore. Let's just try hitting the... Oh. There it goes. Okay. She's slow. Alright, so we gotta turn it up. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, so you just gotta turn your little speed control knob up. Let's go all the way. Oh, shit, that thing is quick. I think that's a clean setup. That little knob that I mounted in there, if you crank it all the way clockwise, it'll go faster, and then all the way to the point where you can turn it off, obviously. Takes a second to come out. There you go. Whew, that sounds good. Damn! Never heard an ATV sound like a sports car, but we'll take it. Now, there's no way I can get on this thing, but let's just see if we can get it to full speed here. Holy, that is not safe for a small child. Listen, parents, think twice before you install this kit. Your child could potentially catch air with this thing. The good thing is you can dial it down. And there's like 3 different ways to turn it off. I really do like the way that battery is mounted. A lot of these things, they just flop around. I mean, I would recommend you take the extra time, really kind of think it out, how you want to mount everything. I think this is a pretty nice setup. With the knob being underneath the seat here, it allows the parent to kind of set this thing to the speed that they want, because once your kid finds out where that knob's at, you know damn well they're going to crank that thing all the way. I know I sure would, but let's see if the seat will fit on. I think that it will. My concern was that it needs to clear that battery. Bingo. Clears it. So I think we're good. And I think you can even put a bigger amp hour battery on that thing. So we're gonna call this one done. Now, we've all got experience with these little Power Wheel ride-on type vehicles here. They're a lot of fun for the kids. I'm sure everyone has experienced that battery going bad pretty quick, the one that originally comes in it. This little setup here, where you can put one of your own 20-volt Dewalt batteries that you probably have 5 or 6 of laying around for all your power tools. You can also get these things in Milwaukee. I know, Milwaukee, Dewalt, there's a lot of controversy there. I personally have Dewalt stuff. Once you get the batteries, you're kind of stuck with that brand. I do like Milwaukee though. Anyways, this little kit right here gives you the ability to bring this thing back to life, get some more use out of it, make it a little bit faster. But you do have to be careful. If you ramp that speed up, those little motors in this thing, they're not really designed for it, so there's a chance that you could burn them up prematurely. I highly recommend getting the one that has the low voltage protection so you can save these expensive DeWalt or Milwaukee batteries. But I will leave Amazon links for both versions, DeWalt and Milwaukee, down in the description. I'll even throw a pinned comment there just to make it easy for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of this little setup here. Otherwise, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, make sure you check out our other videos. There's some good ones there. Your best bet is to subscribe. Ah, damn it. This is stupid.